Hi, this is Saranam from FESQUARE. The topic for today is what is black money and how the black money is generated. So this video is going to be extremely interesting for you if you want to understand the basics of economics and understand how in each transaction the money is either converted into black or converted into white. So this video is going to be extremely fundamental, crucial and interesting for you if you want to understand the basics of economics. So stay tuned with FESQUARE. Let's quickly move on to the topic. What is black money? Let me elaborate the definition of black money. The black money is nothing but the money which is not declared for tax or the income which is illegally obtained. I repeat, the black money is the income which is not declared for tax or the income which is illegally obtained. In other case, the white money is the income which is legally obtained or the income which is declared for tax. But in case of black money, the income which is not declared for tax or the income which is illegally obtained is called black money. Okay, now we have understand the definition of black money. So now let's go into the generation of black money. How in each transaction money is either converted into white or converted into black. Let's see a transaction, a series of transactions. This transaction will be extremely interesting for you so that you can understand on each transaction how the money is either converted into black or the money is converted into white. Okay, let's take a simple example. At first, let's go to RBI. RBI is nothing but the Reserve Bank of India, which has a legal tender or rights to print money. Okay, now the RBI prints, for example, let's take now the RBI prints 100 crore Indian rupees. The Reserve Bank of India prints 100 crore Indian rupees, and in the first transaction, the RBI lends 100 crore as a loan to State Bank of India, SBI. Let's take the first transaction, RBI to SBI, Reserve Bank of India to State Bank of India. The Reserve Bank of India lends 100 crore loans to State Bank of India. Let's take the transaction number 1. Now the transaction is accounted because the RBI lends 100 crore rupees as a loan to State Bank of India, and it is accounted in the books and it is accounted to the government. So now this 100 crore rupees now declared as a white money. Let's go to the transaction number 2. Now the SBI has 100 crore rupees which it got from RBI. Now the State Bank of India has 100 crore rupees. Now the State Bank of India is lending 10 crores loans to, for example, for simple example, let's take Accenture, let's take Ford Motor Company, let's take IBM, let's take Zogo, let's take TCS, let's take CTS. Now the 100 crore rupees lended as a loan to these software companies or automobile companies in the form of loan. Now let's take the transaction number 2. SBI to this corporate tech companies or corporate manufacturing companies. Now it's again lended as a loan to this corporate giants. So this is accounted to the books and it is accounted to the government. Now the second transaction also is accounted as a white money. That is because it is accounted to the government. So let's take the transaction number 3. Now these company, Accenture, CTS, IBM, Zogo, CTS, TCS, now they got the money from State Bank of India. Now they are giving a salary to you and me, because for example, you are working in CTS, you are working in Accenture, if you are working in Zogo, IBM, or Ford Motor Company, or Renault Nissan Company, or Toyota Company, any of these corporate giants, those who borrowed loan from SBI are having the funds now and they are giving a salary to their employees. For example, if you are working as an employee in Zogo, let's take you are working as an employee in Zogo or you are working as an employee in IBM. Now you got the money from your company in the form of salary. Let's take this transaction number 3. Now the corporate company is giving the money to you in the form of monthly salary. Now let's see, the money is either black or white. Again, this corporate company has deducted the tax for you and they have paid you your monthly salary. The money is now accounted to the government. So here also the money is money is converted into white money, not black money, because it is accounted to the government. Okay, now let's come to the fourth transaction. Now you have the money because you got the money as salary from Accenture, CTS, Zogo, any company in your working. You got the salary. Now that salary, in the month beginning you have got the salary. Now we have a good money to spend, so you are going to A to B, or you are going to McDonald's or KFC or Burger King. You are going to these kind of food shop, and you are spending the money by eating there. Now the McDonald's or KFC or A to B is generating a tax invoice for you, and they are getting your payment. Now also let's take the transaction number 4. You got your salary, you are going to these food or restaurant company, and you are spending this money. If they generate tax invoice, then definitely this transaction is also accounted as white. Now let's see another type of transaction. At the month end, you have very less money to spend. Now what you are going to do is, you are going to a street food, or you are going to a small food shop, like street foods like pani puri stores, or like any other street food. You are going and spending your money. What happens now? Now you are going and eating in a small street food or roadside food, and you are eating and giving your money either in the form of cash, or either in the form of Paytm or Google Pay or Phone Pay, or any other kind of cards, credit or debit cards. You are paying to this street food. Most of street food doesn't have a card machine, so you pay either by Phone Pay or Paytm or Google Pay. So now we are paying this street food. Now, even though if you are paying your money in the form of accounts, for example, even though if you are paying money through your Paytm wallet or Phone Pay wallet or Google Pay test wallet, only if the roadside food shops or street food shops account this money to the government, it will be converted as white. Otherwise, it will be converted as black only. So, if you are spending the money in A to B, or if you are spending the money in McDonald's or KFC, they will generate tax invoice. There, even if you give the money to A to B as cash or card, if they generate invoice, it will be as a white money. Most people think that if they give in cash, it's black money. No, nothing like that. If they generate an invoice, and if you spend even in cash, then that money is white only, because they generated an invoice. Now, if you are going to street food, even though if you are paying through a Phone Pay or a Paytm or Google Pay, if the street food companies, street food stores, account this money to the government, it will be converted as white, or else it will be black. So the fifth transaction, you are spending your money on the roadside food or street foods, then definitely now most of the 99% of the street food stores will not account the money to the government, so this money is converted as black. So in other cases, for example, let's take another example. If you are buying in a if you are buying in a big clothing store like Reliance Trends or Max or Big Bazaar, then definitely they generate an invoice and it converted as a white money. But if you are going and spending money in a small roadside clothing store which doesn't generate invoice, then definitely the money is converted as black money. Okay, let's take the transaction number 6. Now you spend the money to this street food stores. Now the street food store is going to the grocery shop and buying groceries, vegetables and groceries, meat or chicken or fish. They are buying in the wholesale market. Again, the wholesale market, definitely most of the wholesale market will not account the money to the government. Then again, this transaction is converted into black money, because these roadside food stores doesn't generate tax invoice, and they took that money as black money, and they spend in this wholesale grocery or wholesale fish market or meat market. They again spend it in the form of cash, and again they are not generating any receipt, and they are not accounting to the government. Again it is converted into black. Now let's go to the transaction number 7. Now this wholesale grocery store or wholesale meat or fish market, or going to the farmers or agriculturists who are producing the groceries, vegetables like coconut, like carrot or tomato or potato. They're going to the farmers and they're buying from the farmers. Now the transaction is converted into white or black. Do you know whether the transaction is now converted into white or black? If the black money is spent to the farmers, definitely if any money, black or white, any money is spent to the farmers, then definitely it will be converted into white money, even though they don't generate invoice. That's because all the products which agriculture products or agriculture production in this country called India is always white, because it's a tax-free income for all the farmers and agriculturists. So last transaction, the wholesale grocery shop owners now spending the money to the farmers and agriculturists and buying their vegetables and raw materials for their stores. Now the farmers got the money, and the money which farmers got is converted again into white, because in this country there's no tax for the agricultural product or agricultural productions, not the product, agricultural productions. So in the final transaction is again converted to white. Now I think you have understand how the money floats in the economic system, and in each transaction the money is either converted into white or converted to black. The thing you want to understand from here is that most of the people think that if they spend in cash, it's black. No, nothing like that. If you are spending in cash and if they generate an invoice and account to the government, it is white. And also most think that if they spend in card or if they spend in Paytm or Google Pay, it is white. No, definitely not like that. Even if you spend in Google Pay or Paytm or Phone Pay or credit or debit card, only the person who is receiving the money is accounting that money to the government. It will be converted into white. So simple as that if the company is generating, if the store or the company is generating a tax invoice, then it's a white money. If they are not generating tax invoice, it's called black money. That's called the definition of black money. That is the income which is illegally obtained or the income which is not declared under tax. So now I understand, you have understand what is black money and how the RBI printed money will either be converted into white money or black money depending upon the transactions. Hope you like this video. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, because no channel across India will give you these many valuable information on business, finance, economics, and especially real estate investing. So if you haven't watched my previous video, please go and watch my videos on REIT, top 6 rules for real estate investing, flat versus plot. These are very fundamental videos, very crucial videos, and why 90% of the people became poor and 10% of the people became mega rich in last 10 years. These kind of videos are extremely important for you to understand, and no channel across India will let you know these many valuable information. So please go and watch my previous video and subscribe to my channel, and also share my channel with your friends and neighbors so that they can also benefit from this channel. So with this, signing off from here, Saravanan from FESQUARE. See you in my next video. Until then, have a good care. Bye bye.